Welcome to Melessenz, where I help you to find happiness. Today I'm gonna speak about how you can heal your soul. Part 1 about light work, Part 2 about shadow work, and Part 3 about tools you can use to achieve it. Light work. Light work is focusing on the uplifting part of healing your soul, like things you love to do, and also things maybe you forgot you love to do. You used to do as a child, for example. What did you love to do as a child? Let me know in the comments below. I, for example, did love to search beautiful flower and make my own potions out of it. Already as a child, I was fascinated about the flower world, about trees and little cute plants, and I used to collect them. Then over time, I totally forgot about it. Around 10 years ago, I discovered my love to plants again, and since then I love to work with plants. As it made me happy as a child, it also makes me happy today. Maybe you can also discover a favorite thing in your childhood which you still love to do today. Another point of light work is cleaning out your room, flat or house, to declutter, to organize, to clean it up, to make it fresh and new. Maybe also change the position of furniture. This is working with the principle outside, so inside. So if you clean up and make everything nice in your flat, outside of yourself, it also organizes the feeling within yourself. I love the feeling after cleaning my flat. Everything is nice, tidy, fresh, and feels so new. It's refreshing. Do you know this feeling? I'm sure you know this feeling as well. Also, it's worth to comparing what are you doing today. Did you discover new things which you love to do? And how is the balance between things you don't like to do and things you like to do? Maybe there is a better balance. Maybe you can include in your day more things you love to do and maybe a little reducing the things you are not so happy to do. Working with the light side is about what you love to do, what you enjoy, discover your passion and your wishes. All the things which make us happy and are uplifting. Try to include as much as you can to heal your soul. Your soul is feeding on this beautiful, wonderful emotion of happiness, of lightness. On the other hand, if you're neglecting the true feelings, the wishes of your soul, you are creating more shadow side. A more shadow side will reduce your happiness over time. So be aware, how is your balance? Write down a list of things you enjoy to do and the things maybe you are daily doing which you are not so happy to do. Maybe you can include from the list you love to do a little bit in your daily practice, and from the list you're not happy to do, maybe you can change it up. Maybe you don't like cleaning. So maybe you love to dance, and then you can combine both of it and maybe it's not that bad anymore, for example. Be creative. Try it out and let me know in the comments where you could make easy switch or where you can include more happiness in your life and which parts you may struggle. Let us know. Maybe we have also tips for you to change it up a little bit to make it spicy again. Also, within light work, you can use rituals or habits. If you do it every day, it has a big impact. For example, always before you go to bed, do something you enjoy. And then over time, your body gets used to it. And positive feelings are coming up when you do that certain thing. If you practice this, you can use this emotion also in other situations. When you feel a little bit down, you can use this ritual to bring you back in a good mood. Also including in light work is journaling. You probably heard already about journaling. You're writing down your feelings, you clear your mind, and you're focusing on positive affirmation. Journaling also works with light work and can help to reduce pain points. Sometimes, as I said in this video, it's just existing in our minds. It's not really a problem when you get it out, but if it's in our system stuck, it might have a bigger negative impact than when you let it out, write it down, and change it into something positive. It not only shows your needs and wishes, it also shows your own individual path you might like to go. It is healing your soul and programming your brain to think in a beneficial way, which then leads to happiness. Now to a big essential part to become happy or also to practice magic. Shadow work. At the moment, we can hear a lot about shadow work on YouTube, on TikTok. It's all over the internet. Many people say it's a new concept, but in fact, humans used to do it long before. You're working with your shadow side. What's the shadow side? Shadow side is the more dark side, the opposite of light work. The parts we consider to be not beneficial, to be wrong. But in fact, if there is light, there always will be a shadow side. But the shadow side doesn't need to be bad. It helps us to improve, to go farther, to change our life from time to time. Because if water doesn't flow, it gets bad. If we are not changing and improving our life, we're stuck in that moment. If we don't use our muscle, we lose strength. And the same principle applies to our life. And here a disclaimer. Shadow work can go really deep. If you experience extremely traumatic events in your past, in your childhood, you might get help from somebody else, a therapist, first before you go into shadow work, because shadow work will work on the deep feelings, especially from childhood, which are still affecting you today. And if there are a lot of feelings covered up, it might be quite dangerous to do it by yourself. So please get help if you struggle, if you get scared, if it gets too deep. But also, if you didn't have big traumatic events in your childhood or in your past, it might go really deep, really emotional. So be aware before you go into it and be sure to have a strong support group. Before you start with shadow work, grounding is the most important. Because, as I said, it's going deep. And if you don't have the grounding, even if you didn't have extreme traumatic events in your past, you might lose the ground. Please check out this video to see how you can make your own grounding. So now how you can do shadow work. You analyze, like you did with the light work, the things you don't like to do. The things which are annoying you. You can start by daily things. What do you think about other people? When they do what, you get annoyed or angry. Where are the points you're getting emotional? If you figured out some points, then pick one which you would love to work on. First, you go into that situation again and feel what kind of emotion are coming up. How does it feel? And then, when did you feel that the first time? Or the last time and the time before? In which situation is it always coming up? These parts are your shadow sides. The things which you are getting emotional about. In my case, for example, I always struggle again with when people make an appointment and then short before the appointment, they cancel that appointment. It's a trigger point for me. If there is a reaction, there is a connection. Otherwise, we just wouldn't care. Why is shadow work so essential? Shadow work is working with the parts we don't like about ourselves or the parts we don't want to look at. A big part of shadow work is also self-love. These days, many people, also I, struggled a lot with self-love. If we don't work on it and just cover it, it will grow and someday it will blow up. You may experience that from time to time if you don't work on shadow work. And sometimes, of course, we struggle again, but with these tools, you can work on it. You can go into a space where it doesn't affect your daily life that much anymore. Your shadow side might influence your life completely. You might not be able to do certain things you would love to do just because of your shadow side. And this part we would like to change, to make it easier, to give you more possibilities in your life, to open up the restrictions you make yourself, to expand your comfort zone. More free, more happy. And also for magic, it is essential for making a better grounding, because the magical working are discovering and open up areas which are unrealistic. And if we don't have a realistic, stable foundation, this might remove our security, and if our security is gone, all the emotions are coming up as well. Since magic is working with the borders of the reality, if you don't have that security, it might get dangerous. That's why it's essential to work on your shadow side if you want to go deep with your magical practice. I hope this video was helpful for you, and if you know somebody which also like to use it, don't hesitate to share this video. Thank you for watching. Stay calm and happy.